Welcome to the NFT art auction. I'm Gary Ricky, the creator of these pieces. Most of these pictures were taken with an iPhone 6 while I biked up and down the Fox River over the past 5 years. I then ran the pictures through an app called Prisma, trying some 20 different AI renderers and then picking my favorites. I've arranged them roughly on how they map against the river. And if you follow me, I'll give you the guided tour. Heading from north to south, we'll begin in Potawatomi Park in St. Charles with this view from the Collins Tower. Fun fact, Potawatomi Park was the first public park established in Illinois under the Illinois Park Act of 1911. Next is the reflection sculpture outside the City of St. Charles Municipal Building, created by Guy J. Belliver. It honors volunteerism, and we always come upon it when jumping back on the bike trail after crossing 64. Next, heading over to Fabian Forest Preserve. This is across the Fox River in Geneva looking at the Fabian Lighthouse. This is the same lighthouse on a snowy sunrise morning. I was driving down 31 and pulled over to capture the kind of morning glow you only get in the winter. This is the boathouse at Fabian Japanese Gardens where my daughter asked me to capture some ballet pictures of her back in 2016. This is the arched bridge within the center of the gardens. Fun fact, George and Nell Fabian developed an intense appreciation for Japanese culture after visiting Chicago's 1893 Columbian Exposition, which featured a Japanese pavilion, and then they had this installed in 1910. This is that ballet photo shoot of my daughter on that arched bridge. This is the shore of the Fox River looking east from the gardens. This is looking up at the ceiling of Portillo's in Batavia. Another fun fact, while at NIU, Joey Portillo lived in the apartment above mine. My kids find that funny. Heading further south, this is the Little Free Library installment at HC Storm Grade School as I waited to pick up my daughter. Fun fact, there are more than 90,000 of these registered in 91 countries. Next, over at the Batavia High School looking south is this cornfield. The very day I moved into Batavia, I asked for directions to the closest grocery store and saw this farmland on my way there, and I felt we'd landed in Mayberry. This is the Riverwalk gazebo from the Fox River Trail. I was dropping my daughter off for work, and the early morning had a hazy cast. It felt like a sfumato morning, so I parked and grabbed some pics from around the area. This is the Batavia Riverwalk looking east at the old Challenge Windmill Factory, which was operational from the mid-1800s to the 1940s. This is that ballet photo shoot with my daughter after traveling from the gardens here. It's roughly the same area on the Riverwalk facing north. Stone outcroppings along the river, egrets, and ballet. Quite a beautiful combination. One of my favorite river features, the abundant coneflowers. Catching a morning sunrise through late summer trees along the Riverwalk. This is coming up the stairs from the Riverwalk heading towards the Depot Museum. A fun fact, I met a woman named Dee at River West Family Fitness, an older woman who told me stories of when she lived at the train station and her father ran it. I kidded her as Dee from the Depot Museum. The south view of the Depot Museum caught during a walk and a snowfall. Here's a picture of one of the Bulldogs Unleashed art exhibit in front of the Riverwalk fountain. I thought the Batavia Bulldog would have had a name, but I couldn't find one. This is the Civil War reenactment in the Peg Bond Courtyard. It definitely felt like 1863 that morning. This is that same sfumato morning over at the Batavia City Hall. This is a 360 camera shot of Peace Bridge. I'd taken the camera out on a cold, snowy morning this past February. Here, I stuck the 3-meter or 9-foot 360 camera selfie stick out and captured this view of the front of the bridge. This is a picture at dusk of Pal Joey's when they were on River Street. Another winter pic from Batavia City Hall looking across the river. This is a picture of the self-made man statue down on River Street. In 2011, the statue was knocked over when 3 people tried to climb it to take a picture. It has since been more securely anchored. More from River Street, those cool checker tables captured at the last farmer's market. This is hanging from the former Gaetano's Verita restaurant. This is the Donovan or Wilson Street Bridge, built originally in 1911 and then rebuilt in 2007. This is from inside the Red Hive Market in Batavia, a new thrift shop established just last year. Super cool place, I highly recommend. And the Batavia Library. This is the pavilion on Clark Island. I was riding my bike to the gym and I saw this rainbow, so I rode to where I could position it to the peak of the pavilion roof. The geese there also followed my direction perfectly. More views of the pavilion. If you've ever seen Shakespeare in the Park here, it has a timeless feel. Folks drinking wine on blankets, the river flowing in the background. Same rainbow day just west of the gym is Kiss the Sky. What is a rainbow if it isn't a kiss in the sky? The all-spoked-up bike shop when they were down along the river. Here's the Fermilab bubble chamber as I and some good friends were getting a tour a week before the 50th anniversary. This is the Broken Symmetry sculpture when entering Fermilab. I took this picture through the front window of my friend's minivan as we drove in. Then this is my friend Eric Ramberg, a scientist at Fermi. He spent 4 hours giving us the ultimate tour, which we recorded actually. This is one of the old gears out by the North Aurora Dam. And this is a cockatoo I met riding on the Fox River Trail. His owner had him outside and didn't notice that he decided to go exploring and ended up on the trail where we met him. And this final shot is me down in the boiler room of our 1927 house. I like it because it's one of the ugliest rooms in our house, but this artistic treatment seems to capture the essence of the old but resilient and stable structure. This house, the center of this town within these Tri-Cities, feels like these pictures depict. I know it's cheesy, but a magical place of science, art, nature, and good people. In the book The Woman Who Smashed Codes, where the story of George Fabian is featured prominently, there is this quote. Genius scientists lived there on his payroll, working in laboratories unlike any on Earth. Celebrities made pilgrimages to get a glimpse of projects underway. Teddy Roosevelt, his personal friend P.T. Barnum, famous actresses, Riverbank was a place of wonders. Thanks for taking the tour. If you'd like to help me out, please go to one of your favorite social hangouts and like your favorite pictures, and I'll use the most likes to select the best ones to go to auction.